You know that feeling, staring out the window, just dreaming of packing a bag and disappearing. Not for a week, I'm talking months, maybe even years. Well, today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that daydream and turn it into an actual, honest-to-goodness blueprint to make it happen. Okay, first things first. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the biggest thing that stops most of us cold: money. The idea that you have to be loaded to travel long-term. Is it really just a playground for the rich? Well, let's look at the real numbers, because the answer, it might actually surprise you. I mean, just look at this. It's wild. On one hand, you've got Zurich, where you're burning through over $160 a day as a backpacker. But then you look at places like Budapest or Sofia, and you can have an amazing full day for around $40. This right here proves the point. It's not always about how much money you have, it's about where you decide to spend it. And that leads us right into this massive mindset shift. We're not talking about being cheap. This isn't about pinching every single penny until it squeals. No, this is about being smart. It's about strategy. It's about building a financial plan that can actually sustain your adventure for the long haul. So what do we even mean by financially sustainable travel? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. It just means having enough cash, whether you saved it up or you're earning it as you go, to pay for the travel lifestyle that you want. And I really want to stress that part, your desired lifestyle. This isn't some rigid one-size-fits-all thing. It's totally personal. And this is a really, really important distinction to make. You know, budget travel is all about one thing: spending as little as humanly possible. But sustainable travel? That's a whole different ballgame. It's about a simple but way more powerful idea. Just spend less than you have coming in, or less than what you've saved. See the difference? One is about restriction, the other is about freedom. It lets you build a real lifestyle, not just a frantic trip. All right, so we've got the mindset down. That's the foundation. But how do we actually turn that thinking into a real plan? Well, this is where the fun starts. This is where we get our hands dirty and start building the actual blueprint for your big adventure. Before you can even think about a number, you've got to ask yourself some pretty big questions, like why are you even doing this? Are you chasing mountains or museums? And where are you going? Because as we just saw, that can change everything. And what about your pace? Are you sprinting through countries or taking it slow? Believe me, the faster you move, the faster your money disappears. Answering these honestly is step one to figuring out what this dream is actually going to cost. Now, one of the biggest chunks of your budget, no surprise, is going to be where you sleep at night. And you've got a real choice to make here. Do you go for a long-term rental? You get stability, predictable costs, a real sense of home. Or do you just roam, embrace the hostel life, meet new people every day, and have total flexibility? Look, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's all about what fits your plan and your travel style. All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools you have: choosing where you go. You can stretch your money so much farther just by being a little strategic with your destinations. And hey, this isn't about skipping the awesome places. It's about using a bit of data to find those incredible experiences that, don't completely empty your wallet. And if you're looking for that data, here is your secret weapon, the Europe Backpacker Index. Seriously, don't think of it as just some boring list of cheap cities. It's more like a playbook. It breaks down the real, on-the-ground costs for travelers, helping you map out a route that's both amazing and affordable. Just to give you a taste, the index shows that you can have a blast in a world-class city like Budapest. We're talking castles, thermal spas, the whole deal, for just over $41 a day. That's insane, right? It's this grand, historic city that is just shockingly affordable. And that's not some fluke either. Take a look at Krakow, Poland. It comes in at just over $51 a day. It's another absolutely beautiful, historic city where you get so much value for your money. This just proves you don't have to choose between culture and cost. Okay, so when we say 40 or $50 a day, what does that actually get you? I mean, are we talking about surviving on bread and water? No way. This isn't just a survival budget. It covers a bed in a well-rated hostel, a couple of bus or tram rides, a paid attraction, 3 solid meals, and even what they call an entertainment fund, enough for a few local beers. It's a real, full, fun day of travel. All right, we've talked money, we've talked places, but we can't ignore the less glamorous stuff. Your blueprint is not complete until we tackle the paperwork. Yeah, I'm talking about visas. They can absolutely stop a trip dead in its tracks if you're not ready for them. I know, it sounds super intimidating, but trust me, with a little bit of planning, it's totally manageable. When you break it down, there are really three common ways this whole visa thing works. The easiest is the visa on arrival. You literally just get it at the airport or border crossing. Then, probably the most common for long-term travelers is getting one in a neighboring country right before you go in. And finally, for some of the tougher countries, you've got to apply from back home before you even pack your bags. The real trick here is just knowing the kinds of curveballs you might face. Like, some visas have a really short validity period, so you can't get them too far in advance. Others will demand proof that you have a flight out of the country, which can be a pain if you're planning to take a bus. The point is, if you know about these hurdles ahead of time, they're not surprises, they're just part of the plan. So, let's take a breath. We've covered the mindset, the budget, the destinations, even the dreaded paperwork. We've taken this huge, kind of overwhelming dream of long-term travel, and we've broken it down into what it really is. A series of logical, doable steps. So let's pull it all together. And this right here might be the most important piece of advice in this entire thing. Budgets are great, but flexibility is even more important. That just nails it, doesn't it? Your plan, your budget, that's your roadmap. But things will go wrong, things will change, and your ability to just roll with it, that's what will really keep you on the road. So please, don't think of your plan as something carved in stone. It's not a rigid set of rules. It's a living, breathing document. It's a starting point, right? It's there to give you confidence and get you out the door. The real magic, the best parts of the journey, happen when you let that plan bend and change and evolve with you. So there you have it. The blueprint is on the table. We've gone from the big financial ideas to the nitty-gritty of visas. The path from just dreaming about it to actually doing it, well, it should feel a lot clearer now. So I guess there's really only one question left to ask. You have the blueprint. What's your first step?